Hey everybody, it's Everett back with you from Hood Time Welding. Today we're going to be making one of those elephant charms you've seen, or you might not have seen. I did one for Victory when I was making stuff for him, and one of the things I made was a elephant charm, and it's made out of a fork. So first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to cut the fork down to size. You'll see other elephant charms being made, and this is sort of how I picked it up, but I do it just a little bit different. So what I start with is I'm going to actually cut this about here, and you'll see why. And then for the legs, which way we want to go? We'll go that way. So we're going to cut 3 of the tines down for the legs. And we'll go from there. You'll see what I mean when the reason why I cut it like I'm going to on the upper portion. So for doing these, they're pretty easy to do. They don't take a ton of time. But I sort of think they're cool little charms. So there's the leg. Now we're going to cut the top off. I like using those forks because I can't really use them for too much else. So we're just going to give it a quick little buff. For the final buff, we'll actually end up or the final finish, like I do with my rings. I'm going to go ahead and use a small file, make sure I get all the sharp edges. This was just the preliminary, cleaning it up. Next thing we got to do is get her clamped down here. The reason we're clamping it there is now we got to heat her up. So for these, I only use a propane torch because they're really easy to heat up, and I don't want to overheat it. Like if I use my bigger torches. So we're just gonna, this one tine that we left the length, we're gonna go ahead and get heated up here. Now you want to make sure you get it heated all the way up. The bottom's gonna heat up faster, and we just gotta work it. Try to keep it all nice and heated. So this portion is gonna be the trunk. We got that started. So now we're gonna start twirling, or getting it twisted. Now you can see it sort of trying to turn on me, and we'll get that worked out here in a minute. That's sort of something that happens on you. And you can see she's already pulled down for me. Because what happens if you don't keep it heated, what's going to happen is that metal's just going to rip. And then you're going to have to fix that. So you need to keep her nice and toasty. Again, we got to heat her up some more. So now that tip's just about where we want it. So now we're going to really have to work on getting that heat right up in here. I haven't done one of these in a little while, so if I'm a little rusty on it, I'm sorry. So now what I'm just watching for is the heat to be traveling up. And I'll actually try to heat the upper edge here a little bit more, because it's going to want, the heat's going to naturally want to travel down. Sorry, this is taking a few minutes. So while we're waiting for this to heat up, one of the things I wanted to talk about on this video was that my usual times for releasing videos are on Tuesday and Thursday, standard Eastern time, or Eastern time, United States. I know I've been doing some on Saturdays, but that's only when I have extra stuff. Right now, things have slowed down a little bit with school starting, and everybody's starting to get ready for winter and Christmas and all that. See, this is where I was talking about that crack. You see how that cracked on me? So I'm going to have to throw a little speck of weld in there. It was just not heating up well. So now you know I was talking about how I left this on top, and you'll see other guys that they don't leave this. And you'll see in just a minute what this is for. This is actually for it to hang from, so you can thread a necklace through it, and that you don't have to put an extra hole in the top here. Heat that just a little bit more. There we go. We got a nice loop, so you can thread a necklace material through there, and not have it slip out. So now that we've got the primary shape, we're going to actually take it out of the vise here, and you can see how that twirled up on the trunk there. So to get that to work out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat her again. Got her flat on my table. And there you go. So there's the general shape. You can go ahead and turn the torch off. The trunk is a little bit tighter than I would like. So what we're going to do is actually pull it back a little, or try to. Alright, so there's that. Like we talked about, I had that one little spot where she cracked. So we're going to actually bring it over here, turn the welder on quick, and just do a little spot on there, and then we'll have to clean that up. No matter what you do, sometimes it's just going to crack there just because of what you're trying to do with it. I turn my welder down some. Alright, let's hold this in place. See if we got all the way through. Just a teeny bit more. Alright, there we go. So that's redone. So now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to actually take, because elephant doesn't have flat spots in it, we want to actually round this a little bit. We're going to take the bluffing pad. Sorry, got to get a little bit better hold onto this so she doesn't go flinging away on me. So that we don't leave any tool marks, we're going to actually smooth this off. So the final little bit of the elephant that really finishes giving it the look, you got to locate that eye just right. And it's just sort of more of a, I think that'll work right about right there. And that's going to give it that final little look of an elephant. I mean, they're not perfect. They're not going to be. I mean, it's just for jewelry, but I try to get it as nice as I can. A little pinprick, or punch that out. Hold that in place. Now let's get that eye in there. And of course, this is stainless. And if you know anything about metals, you know stainless doesn't drill worth a crap, and it's probably not a great drill bit. And just like I said, it's not a great drill bit. Let's try to grab another one real quick here. I'm going to try to keep it right about that same size. I think that's one of the ones I use a lot, so that's probably why it broke. Hey everybody, so sorry about that, but my microphone cut out at the end here and I didn't realize it. Must have run out of battery. They last quite a long time. So right there, I'm just finding a new drill bit to drill this hole. And like I was talking about, stainless steel is a hard metal to drill. It just cut an edge right there. So now we're just going back to drilling it. We got to get this eye hole drilled through. Like I was saying, the eye hole sort of just brings it all together. It sort of gives it the shape and the look of what you're going for. So let's wait until the end here where I finally get through the hole, which of course is taking forever because it's stainless. There, I finally got through, just cleaning it up a little bit here. So now that I've got that through, what I needed to do now was go ahead and do a little deburring on it. Oh, no, never mind, sorry about that. Actually, what I'm trying to do here is, because it is stainless, when you heat stainless up, it will change colors for you. So what I'm trying to do is heat the stainless up using the propane torch to get a little bit more of a... Sorry about that, my dogs are in the background, of course. But you're trying to get the stainless to heat up a little bit so you can get some different hues in it, and it's just not one plain color. And you got to be real careful, because if you overheat it, it's just going to be to a dull gray. Where if you can get the heat just right, you can usually get a purplish to blue tint to it. So I'm working on getting this heated, and I'm heating and checking so I don't go too far on it. So you can see I'm starting to get a little bit of that purplish hue that I'm looking for. And you just want to be patient with this. You don't want to get overexcited and go too fast. It's a slow process. So I'm just pointing out how you're starting to get the different hues going on here. And of course, with the trunk being thinner, that's where it's going to heat up faster. So I'm trying to angle it so more of the heat's traveling towards the top than the bottom. And I've got a little bit of a hue there, so it's just not a plain silver, just to give it a little bit more distinctive look. Now I went around and I got everything pretty much done. So the only thing that's really left to do on this is just to go through and catch all those sharp edges, go through and make sure that everything's buttoned up. But as always, if you like my content, please give me a thumbs up. Any comments or questions, I try to answer them in a timely manner, and we'll catch you on the next one. And thanks for watching this one. We'll talk to you later. Bye.